Welcome back to a new lecture. And I want to emphasize that this lecture is probably one of the most important lectures in this section, in the habits section. And you're going to know why in a second, but I want you to pay really close attention to this lecture because the concepts I'm going to talk about are some concepts that most people miss out on, most people don't apply, and they're the biggest contributing factor that leads them to failure at the end of the day when it comes to trying to establish new habits or eliminating habits from their lives. The crucial variation factor. Habit variations that starts with the big question. How do I feel today? How do you feel today? See, usually when we wake up and we're in a good mood and we're motivated and we're happy, it's easier for us to keep up with our habits. When you wake up and you're feeling amazing, it's easy for you to get out of bed and start doing the habits that you need to do. It's easy. What's hard is to keep up with the habits and keep up with the consistency when you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, when you wake up feeling stressed or anxious or depressed, right? This is when it's hard to keep up with the habits. It's not hard when you're feeling happy and motivated, but it's hard when you're feeling down and unmotivated. And this is exactly what I want to talk about in this lecture. Now, usually, we want to start with a big question when you wake up in the morning. And in this course, you're going to find a document, a habit tracker, which is kind of like an action book that I talked about a lot during this course. If you didn't get the chance to see it yet, you'll see it when you get to it. And basically, it will help you monitor, it will help you assess how you feel that day, how you feel in the morning. That's the first step. Ask yourself, how do I feel today? It's a good idea to have a scale from 1 to 10 every day that can help you assess how you feel. And in the habit tracker, there's going to be a scale that you can use to assess how you feel. Now, based on the results, based on how you feel, you will include some habit variations. Based on how you feel, you will have a list of habits that I can monitor and that you can apply based on how you feel on that specific day. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's say you woke up one morning and you're feeling, as we said, happy, energized, and motivated. Then you carry on with your day and you do the habits that you want to do. And most probably, if you follow the systems in this course and you're feeling good about it, you are going to be able to make it. But sometimes we all have days when we wake up and we just don't feel that great. We feel stressed. There's something going on in our lives or whatever. You just don't feel motivated. Now, when you're doing the scale from 1 to 10, when it's above 5, when you wake up in a mood, in a mindset which is above 5, carry on with your regular routine, with the regular habits that you established. However, when it's below 5, you need an emergency plan. You need a habit variation. You need to do some habits that will put you in a better mood, and you need to assess that. Which brings us to, the third point. Keep track, analyze, and adjust. Keep track of how you feel and how the habit variation is making you feel in general, and analyze the results and adjust accordingly. And I'll give you some examples for you to understand what I mean better, because it's important. It's really important to keep what I'm saying, keep it in mind and take notes of that. Let's say you woke up one morning and you feel, on a scale of 1 to 10, you feel a 3, right? Your mood and your mindset, you feel 3 or 4, and it's below 5. So this is where the habit variation steps in. Now, depending on what habits you have in the morning, this is where the variation steps in. Usually, there are things you can do to just feel better, to boost your mood. And I'm going to give you some examples. Working out, and I don't mean working out for an hour. I mean, doing a 5-minute workout can boost your dopamine levels, can increase your motivation, and can boost your moods. Having a cold shower. Even if you're not comfortable with it, you might want to get comfortable with it and get used to it, because it can also help reduce anxiety, reduce depression, and boost your mood in general. A third example is meditating. Meditating also boosts the mood and it helps reduce any kind of negative emotions, depression, or anxiety you might be feeling. Those are just 3 examples, but this list is endless. You can literally add anything you want to the variation, and usually pick something that, if not scientifically proven to boost your mood, which is, the habits that I just mentioned, just pick something that you love, something that you're passionate about. One of my clients found that one of the things that makes him really happy and motivated is being in a state of gracefulness. So whenever he wakes up and his mood is under a 5, he would write down 5 things he's grateful for, and he would look at the list and he would contemplate and he would think about it, and then he would feel better. And then he'll carry on with his day feeling more energized, more motivated, and happier. Now, for you, it can be different. Maybe you love music, and the habit variation can be that when you're having breakfast, instead of just, watching something educational, you would put your favorite tunes and you would jam to your tunes. You would listen to them and you would feel the music. Maybe reading is a habit that can boost your mood. Whatever it is, pick something that you're really passionate about, something that you love, something that you know can put you in a better mood. And when you wake up on the wrong side of the beds and your mood is below a 5, start with this habit variation and then carry on with your day. Because if you don't solve the problem, it's going to stay with you throughout the day and it's going to snowball. See, that's the thing about emotions and moods in general. When you're feeling happy and something good happens, it feels even better. But when you're feeling bad and something bad happens, it feels even worse. So when you solve the problem, I'm not saying you need to get in this amazing, outstanding mood, but just get yourself in a better mindset. Get yourself ready and don't stress about if you missed 1 or 2 habits that morning, because it's better for you to do a habit variation where you would boost your mood and feel better about yourself and carry on with a successful day, instead of tyrannizing yourself and forcing yourself, despite how you feel, forcing yourself to do the habits and then ending up at, the middle of the day feeling drained and unhappy and feeling like your entire day was just horrible. So this habit variation, it is crucial. Make sure that you analyze after you do the habit variation. You need to see how you feel. If the habits that you picked are not making you feel any better, try to pick something else. Try to keep analyzing and readjusting until you hit that sweet spot. And when you do, you'll have a habit variation program in place. So this is what I usually do as another example. Every time when I wake up in the morning, I would open my notebook and I have a section which says, there's a scale of 1 to 10. How do you feel today? And if I feel above 5, then I do some stretching usually, and I might do some yoga or meditation. Then I'd have breakfast while watching some educational content, some TED Talks or some courses. And then I would, brush my teeth and carry on with my day, start my day. But when I start my day feeling below a 5, I would not do that. One of the first things I do is first I would write some things I'm grateful for. It's something that I actually enjoy a lot as well, and you might like it. Another thing I do is I'd listen to some motivational tapes or inspirational tapes. And I keep doing that and I keep practicing my habit variations, habit over habit, until I feel myself in a mood and a mindset which are above 5. And once I am, I can carry on with my day. This little tweak here, the habit variation concept, I can promise you, if you do it properly, it can be life-changing. And that's one of the biggest problems that people encounter. When they wake up on the wrong side of the bed, feeling depressed, feeling stressed, feeling unmotivated, and they can't do their habits, and they fail. And that's the thing. When you're feeling bad, all right, automatically, you're feeling unhappy and unmotivated, you have a tendency to skip some of your habits. And when you do, just because you're feeling bad, the fact that you missed the habits will make it feel even worse. And that's why people end up dropping those habits. And I had so many clients who, they were carrying on with their habits for 10, 12 days and they were going on strong. And then something happened. They woke up the next morning and they weren't feeling that good. They weren't feeling happy. They weren't feeling motivated. And they dropped some of their habits. And when they did, they felt so bad about it. They started beating themselves up. They started just stressing about it so much and calling themselves failures that they will never be able to do it. They will never be able to achieve it. And they ended up dropping the habits. But instead, if they had a habit variation, where on that particular day, they woke up and they did some habits to put themselves in a better mood, then things would have been different. And when they tried that, things were different. And this is exactly why I wanted to share that with all of you. So I really hope you take this into consideration, and I hope you enjoyed this lecture, and I'll see you all in the next one.